You ever had that feeling? You're talking to someone and they're saying all the right things, but something in your gut just feels off. Well, chances are your gut was onto something. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden world of nonverbal communication and look at all the silent signals people are constantly sending out, whether they mean to or not. So let's kick things off with a number that is going to completely change how you see your next conversation. 55%. Seriously, that's how much of our communication is nonverbal. Just think about that for a second. More than half of what you're saying has absolutely nothing to do with your words. It's a completely silent dialogue, and it's happening all the time. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? It's like there's this entire other language being spoken right in front of us all the time. But here's the exciting part. You can learn to speak it. So let's get started. We're about to break down 5 key secrets that will help you start hearing what's really being said. All right, let's dive into our first secret. And we're going right to the bottom. And I mean that literally. We're talking about the most honest and probably the most overlooked part of the human body, the feet. What's so fascinating about this is how much work we put into controlling our faces, right? We've all got our interested look, our polite smiles, but our feet, we barely give them a second thought. And that's exactly why they're so honest. They're pointing exactly where our subconscious mind really wants to go. So picture this. It's a classic scenario. You're chatting with someone, their body's angled towards you, they seem totally engaged. But then you glance down, and you see their feet are aimed straight for the door. That's your cue. Their mind has already checked out of the conversation, even if their mouth is still moving. It's such a subtle but powerful sign that things are wrapping up. Okay, moving right along to our second secret. Now we're going to look at how people subconsciously build these little shields when they feel uncomfortable or defensive. These are what we call barriers. And once you know what to look for, you will see this everywhere. It could be a purse clutched tightly on a lap, or a menu held just a little too high. It can even be a coffee cup that just slowly inches its way to the center of the table between you two. It's not a conscious thing. It's just the brain's way of saying, hey, I need a shield right now. The coffee cup is just the perfect example. See how holding it high up against the chest is like a mini shield? It just screams, I'm on guard. But now, notice the difference when that cup gets moved off to the side, opening up the torso. That sends a completely different message. That says, I'm comfortable here. I'm open. A tiny little shift, but a massive difference in meaning. Now for our third secret. This one is less about defense and all about connection. It's this really powerful subconscious sign that you are totally in sync with someone. It's called mirroring, and it's one of the clearest signs of a genuine connection. When you really click with someone, you'll start to unconsciously copy their posture. They lean in, you lean in. They cross their legs, and then a moment later, you realize, so have you. It's just your body's way of saying, hey, I get you. We're on the same wavelength. And here's the cool part. You can actually test for this. It's a simple 4-step thing. Next time you're talking with someone, just subtly shift your position. Nothing crazy, maybe just lean back or cross your legs. Then wait about 10 seconds and just watch. If they follow suit and mimic your new posture, boom, that's the signal. You guys are in sync. Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to look at how the body betrays feelings of stress, anxiety, or, yeah, in some cases, even deception. These signals are some of the most revealing ones out there. So for our fourth secret, and this is a big one, you're going to want to keep an eye on the neck. When someone is feeling stressed or really uncomfortable, you'll often see their hand go right to their neck, or maybe their collarbone. They might start fiddling with the necklace. This isn't just some random nervous habit. It's a specific self-soothing gesture called a pacifying behavior. And the reason behind this is actually pretty wild. Our necks are packed with nerve endings that when you touch them, literally help to calm us down by lowering our heart rate. It's basically the adult version of a baby sucking its thumb. So next time you ask a tough question and you see that hand go to the neck, pay attention. You've just hit a nerve. Literally. And now for our final secret, we're looking at the smile. We all have that polite, I'm listening, I promise, smile. But a genuine, truly happy smile, what scientists call a Duchenne smile, is incredibly hard to fake. And the difference, as you can see here, is all in the eyes. A fake smile is just the mouth. A real one, it lights up the whole face. So here's the absolute crucial point. The muscles that cause those little crinkles at the corners of your eyes, they're involuntary. You can't just decide to contract them. This makes the eyes the ultimate truth teller in a smile. If the eyes aren't smiling, the happiness isn't real. It really is that simple. Okay, so now you've got these tools. But before you run off and start analyzing every single person you meet, there's one really, really important piece of advice you need to hear. This is what separates someone who's good at this from someone who just jumps to the wrong conclusions. You have to look for clusters of signals. Think of it this way. Body language is a language, not just a single word. One gesture by itself means almost nothing. I mean, sometimes crossed arms just means the person's cold, right? But when you see 3 or 4 signals all pointing to the same emotion, like feet aimed at the door, a coffee cup barrier, and no crinkles in the smile, well, then you can start to feel confident in what you're seeing. But when you do learn to spot these clusters and really understand this silent language, it truly gives you a kind of social superpower. It just adds this whole new layer of depth and understanding to every single interaction you have. It lets you connect more deeply and just navigate the world with so much more awareness. So, we'll leave you with this to think about. You now have the basic tools to start hearing the silent conversations happening all around you. The real question is, what will you be listening for?